Okay, that's kind of weird. I don't know if you guys can hear me. You're back? Okay, you guys can see me and stuff? Okay. Yeah, all right, we're back. Okay, cool. I have no idea what happened there. That was really strange. Okay, I'm so sorry about that. Um, that was really bizarre. Um, yeah, obviously, I can't control something like that. Unfortunately, that's kind of way out of my purview. Maybe Twitch was having a few server issues. I saw that happen before, but you know what? Maybe they fixed it and stuff, so that's cool. Um, yeah, I apologize about the interruption there. So my apologies again. It wasn't obviously, as you know, it's not intentional. So all right, let's go ahead and continue here though. Um, now that you guys can hopefully see and hear me, okay. You know, uh, I'm not going to hold that against you. I don't want to hold that against anybody. All right, now, so let's go ahead and what I want to do next is do another problem here. This time, though, I do want to focus on something that was in the document here. So what we're going to do next here is what the main purpose of a multiplication is, which is basically what I like to call using the cross-out rule. So let's talk about the cross-out rule here, and let's see exactly how we can use that here in this particular case. So how does the cross-out rule work? Okay, let's take two random numbers and let's see how we can get along with it. All right. Okay. So let's take two random numbers. Let's say 57 and times, let's say 33. Okay, so 57 and 33. Those will be our two numbers here that we want to go ahead and multiply. All right. Now, we're going to go over this slowly, okay? We'll talk about the crossout method here. All right, so what we're going to do here is we're going to take this 3 here. This is going to be our first 3, starting from the right. Actually, yeah, you know what? I'm going to change this up a little bit so it's not super confusing. So let me change that to I'll change that to 32. So 32. I'm doing that on purpose here so you can see what the method is with just different numbers kind of thrown in there. All right, so I'm going to take this 32, pardon me, and I'm going to take this 2 here to start with. So I'm going to do 2 times 7. And so what is 2 times 7 here? Just go with that. Okay, 14. All right, perfect. So we're going to put in 14 here. Excellent. Now, since that's 14, we're going to carry the 1 here. Okay, so we have 2 times 5 plus 1. All right, so again, if you want to write that off to the side, 2 times 5 plus 1. What do we get there in this case? So again, remember, all right, so he said you got to be a little careful here. We're just working with the 2 right now. Yeah, that's why it's 11 here. Right, so just be very careful about that. We're going to put 11 here. Now, what we have here is I'm going to do what's called the crossout method. I call it the crossout method because of the fact that I use kind of like, I like baseball, so baseball scores, if the home team wins, they don't have to bat in the bottom of the 9th inning. So we have to go ahead and we're going to go ahead and cross out here right below the 4. So every time we multiply by a number here on the bottom, we're going to cross out and move one column over to the left. What's the homework for tonight? Yes, 1, 3, and 1, 4. That's correct. Thank you, Samantha. That's okay, that's not a problem. All right. So I'm going to use a crossout here. Now, just to let you know, what does the crossout mean? The crossout just means simply just 0. Okay, so that's all the crossout really means at the end of the day. All right. So with the crossout here meaning 0, again, I put the crossout here so that way I don't confuse the 0 here at this point. So I want to move all the answers here one column here to the left. So I'm going to start right here in this second spot. So now I'm going to use 3. All right, 3 is the next number up. So I'm going to use 3 times 7. So what's 3 times 7 here? All right, 21 is correct. Good. And now this 1 here is no longer relevant, so we don't have to worry about this. This is gone. So we're going to carry the 2 here. So here we're going to have 3 times 5 plus 2. And what do we get there? All right, 17. So I'm going to put the 7 here, and the 1 here will go in the next column over. Nice. So now all we're going to do is add straight up. We're just going to add this stuff here together. All right, so we're going to add. So we got 4 plus x, but x is 0, so we're just going to put 4. We get 2, we get 8, and we get 1. So our final answer here is going to be 1824. Any questions about that so far? I hope that made sense. So I know that was a question that was asked, like, how do we do this this method here with multiple numbers? So yeah, here we go. That's definitely one way of doing it. We'll look at some multiple numbers other than that, of course. So, okay, let's try the next one. Okay, so this time I'm going to expand upon it a little bit. So I'm going to erase this. And then I'll go ahead and do the next one here. So I'm going to just pick, this is what I would have shown in my first class, but I didn't have a lot of time for that. But so I'm going to have, I'm just going to pick 2 random numbers, and then we're going to go through it. Let's see what we get. So let's check 291 and times 137. So 137. So we're just going to multiply these 2 numbers, sorry, straight up here. We'll see exactly what we get. Okay, let's go down the line here and see what happens. All right, so we have 7 times 1, which is 7, so that part's not hard. We have 7 times 9. What is 7 times 9 here? Okay, 63 is correct. So we're going to put a 3 here and carry that 6. Okay, so we're going to have 7, which is right here, this 7, times 2 plus 6. So we have 7 times 2 plus 6. What's that? Okay. That's right. 20. So we're going to put 20 down here. Okay. So I agree with all of you. 20 is right. What should I do next? 3 times 1. Okay, I agree, but before we do that, right, we're going to do the 3, but before we do that, what should we do? So I agree with all 3 of those answers, that's correct, but I need to do one thing before that. What should I do? Yes. Okay, so I need to put a cross out here. Okay, so you need to put the x here right below the 7. All right. Again, the reason why I don't want to do 3 times 1 first is because of that x and where I need to cross out. Because then I need to know where I'm going to start by putting the answer to 3 times 1. That's the part that leads to confusion there. So you got to be a little bit careful. All right. So yes, this also shows that I've already multiplied the 7 and I'm moving on to the 3. That's what the cross is also there for. That's correct. So again, this is a way to keep yourself organized, okay? And the fact of the matter is that you want to move one space over to the left. Again, that's why the cross is there, because it gives you a visual representation about where you're not allowed to put numbers in. Right. So I found this to be an easier method because of the fact that I can physically see if I put an X somewhere, it tells me no, don't put things there. All right, just leave it alone. All right. So that's why I use the crossout method as opposed to putting zeros, because zeros make it more confusing. It's like, oh, do I just put numbers there? Do I not put the numbers there? Okay, let's just eliminate the question altogether from our minds. All right, what's the laziest way to do it? Well, the laziest way to do it is just putting an X there and saying, all right, nothing goes there. Okay, just go beep, beep, it's just like, okay, no. All right, now I agree with everybody here. Says, okay, do the 3 times 1. I agree with that. So we're going to do 3 times this 1, and we'll put 3 there. No problem. Now we have 3 times 9. What's 3 times 9 here? $27. Spot on. So put a 7 here for the 27. And again, we don't need the 6 anymore, so I'll just erase that, and we'll carry the 2 here. So what we have here is we have 3 times 2 plus 2. 8, that's correct. 8 is spot on. So I'm going to put 8 right here. No problem. Okay, now since we have a third number here, we have this 1 that we haven't dealt with yet as part of the 137. So since we're now moving to the next column over, we're now going to put in 2 x's right here and right here. Okay, because we want to move over one more column here to the left from the previous one. So I put 2 x's there in that case. And that way that tells us no, we're not plugging in any numbers in those spots. Okay, so now we just go restart again. 1 times 1 is 1, pretty simple. 1 times 9 is 9, pretty simple. And 1 times 2 is now 2, which is now out here. And now we go ahead and add our stuff together to see what we get for our final answer. So knowing that x is 0, here we get 7. 3 plus 3 is 6. 7 plus 1 is 8. 2 plus 8, 10, plus 9 is 19. So we carry the 1 here. And here we go. We have our final answer here of 39,867. Okay. And that's one example there of doing multiplication with multiple numbers using multiple crossout method there. Are there any questions about that? Nope. Okay, so we are out of time here for today, so this is where I'm going to stop. I'm going to be doing maybe a couple more examples from this section, especially with applications and stuff, since we haven't discussed about that. I didn't even get to discuss about that from the first class. And then once we're done with that, we're going to go right into we're going to get right into sections 1.5 for division, and then 1.6 as well. So that's what's going to be on the docket here for Thursday. Okay? So that's what we're going to do there. I apologize for the interruption in the middle. I'm not sure what happened there, but my internet honestly didn't go out, so maybe it's just kind of a server side thing. In any case, I'll be posting these two parts, hopefully, for this live stream. It'll be here on Twitch, and I'll be uploading that into YouTube in 24 hours. All right. Yes. So again, so if you want to keep pace, sections 1.3 and 1.4. So sections 1.3 and 1.4 will technically be kind of the pace-based homework, if that's something that you want to do. Okay, so go ahead and give those a try, because that's what we basically covered here for today. All right. Are there any other questions before we leave off here for today? I know that one person has to talk with me, so probably stick around for a little bit. But no, okay, that's perfectly fine. Okay, good beans. All right, so that'll take care of it for today. Okay, everybody, I will see you on Thursday. Everyone, have yourself a wonderful, wonderful afternoon/day, and we will see you on Thursday. All right. All right. Take care, everybody who wants to go. All right. I'll see you on Thursday. Have a great one. Hey, thank you. Thank you for coming out, Sion. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you again. And again, please, thank you, you too, Hisa. Um, so if you guys got any questions, please feel free to email me or through the discussion board or whatever. All right, and I'll be happy to answer your questions there. If you have any other questions, again, office hours are right after this class, so if you need to ask me some questions, that's cool too. Okay. Otherwise, you guys are free to go. All right. Have yourselves a wonderful day, and we'll see you later. All right. Have a good one, everybody. Bye. All right. All right. So that's the end of the class there. I know you had a question there. So this is kind of like after class. So if you want to leave, you can. You had a question there, Cassie? Yeah. Yeah, go ahead. Okay, so the question, okay, so let me answer this question. You have financial aid, is that correct? I just want to be sure. Do you have financial aid or not? Okay, so if you have financial aid, okay, in order to get the code for my math lab, you need to contact the bookstore. Okay, So you need to contact the bookstore and say, hey, I have financial aid, and you tell them your name, and they'll go through the paperwork in order to get you compensated for the access code for my math lab. And then I think they'll send you an access code, or they'll ask you to pick it up. I don't think you're allowed to pick it up because of the COVID-19 stuff, so probably they'll just send it to you and whatever. So if you don't have the access code packet yet for my math lab, you need to contact the bookstore first. Okay, anything with financial aid should always go through the bookstore because they have yeah, that's yeah, all your materials, and I mean all the materials, no, not just this class, but any other classes that you're taking there, you do need to contact the bookstore. So let me get you. Uh, okay, trying to see where there it is. Okay, so let me go back here. There we go. Hang on. Where are you? There you are. Okay. Okay. Okay, so that's the phone number there for the ECC bookstore. Okay, please give a call. Make sure you get in contact with them. You know, talk about what you'll need to do with financial aid on your end. They're they're adjacent to the financial aid office, so they have direct communication with them and stuff like that. Again, everything. So for future reference here, for future semesters, if you continue to get financial aid, before the semester starts, immediately contact the bookstore so they can take care of your financial aid paperwork and whatever, get you properly compensated for the materials you have for all your classes, and then you'll receive your materials here. Normally you would pick it up, but due to COVID-19, they probably are sending it out. So I don't know what their thing is, but again, just please be sure to contact them in the future before the semester starts, so you can get things squared away in terms of being compensated appropriately for any and all materials. They'll take care of the paperwork for you since they have you on file. So, oh no, that's okay. I know it's your first year here. I want to be sure that the transition here is smooth. Okay, so again, this is good for your reference here, so that way you know how to get, I'm sure that they took care of the registration side in terms of being signed up for classes. They probably already done that part. But yeah, any of the materials has to be done through the bookstore, and you need to do that as a separate action yourself. So I know they don't really tell you that, and for that I apologize. But at least you know now for future reference. Got any other questions? Okay, great. All right, very good. So I guess I'll end off the stream here unless anybody has any questions here for me in terms of stuff. Thank you. You too, Cassie. You have a great rest of your day as well. If there are no more questions here, I'm going to go ahead and end off the stream here for right now. Again, 12:30 to 3 o'clock is going to be the office hours. Again, feel free to email me unless anybody here in the channel would like to ask me a question. Um, I'm going to end my stream right here. Oh, I apologize. Oh my gosh, I feel bad. I'm so sorry. Carissa. Apologies about that. Ah, I probably got you confused with another student whose name was Cassandra. Apologies on my part. No, no, it's my fault for not getting your name correctly, so I need to. No, I have to take responsibility for that. No! I'm sure you want everybody to know you. No, no, of course, of course. No, you have to point that out to me. Of course. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. And I gotta correct myself. No problem. What times do I stream? I stream from, well, it depends on the day. So Mondays and Wednesdays are from 5 o'clock to 7:45. I have three streams today: a 9:30 to 10:45, 11 o'clock to 12:15. I also do an optional stream from 12:30 to 3, just in case if anybody has any office hour questions. And then I also have a class from 4 to 5:50 as well. All right. All right, Carissa, you have yourself a wonderful day. Is this a college math class? Technically, yeah. Well, pre-algebra, but still, it is technically a college math class. Yes. I am a college professor. So, yeah, that's a thing. Maybe. You got you guys got questions there? Wait, really? You're recommended on Twitch? Really? I, yes, I can help with high school math. Algebra 2? Sure. Do you have a question for me? I'm surprised I'm even recommended on Twitch. That's very shocking. I'm just in a little nook in the corner of Twitch. So I had no idea. I mean I don't ask for the I'll be honest with you guys. I don't even ask for the attention. I just ask for I'm just here to help. That's all. So I'm very surprised I'm even recommended for something on this platform. that's that's an unexpected surprise, that's for sure. But you said you had a algebra 2 question. So what seems to be your question there, my friend? That's okay. Take your time, okay? No worries, okay? That's okay. Hey, like I said, take your time. No rush, all right? I'll be right here. Let me save this for you, Samantha. Let's put that on my desktop. Okay. Cool. Okay, let's see here. Here we go. Let's go ahead and give you a follow there. All right. Excellent. Follow. All right. Let's go ahead and take a look at a few things while I wait. All right, it's not terrible. Not great, but not terrible either. Hopefully that will. Okay. What was this again? Oh, okay. Yeah, okay. Yeah. Okay. All right. Okay. Let's go ahead and bring this up here. All right. If you have a specific square root problem, then I'll be happy to do that. Just put okay. Okay. Gotcha. All right. So let me, so just like this, right? Yeah, but just like this, correct? Square root of 16 over 49. Is that what it looks like? Yeah, all right, cool. Okay, so there's an easy way to do this problem, okay? So let me go ahead and go over some of the let me go ahead and go over the basics here. The answer to this problem, all right, no problem. Cool, cool, cool. All right, so the answer to this problem isn't so bad, all right? It's actually pretty straightforward. But for future reference, let's go ahead and I want to talk about at least one thing here. So that way it makes sense about what I'm going to be doing, okay? So the way you deal with square roots, especially with fractions like this, is let's say you had this is kind of like the rule of this kind of deals with exponents and stuff, but you know what? Let's not worry about that. Let's do this. You have, let's say you have the square root of a over b. They could be any two numbers you want it to be, all right? I don't really care what the numbers are. But what you can do specifically, and what's very convenient about roots, in this case square roots, this applies to any root, but for square roots in this case, is that you can physically split that up into two roots. So you can have the square root of a divided by the square root of b. This is entirely possible here when it comes to roots. So in this case here, for your example, um, you can physically split that up into two roots. You can have the square root of 16 and the square root of 49 on the bottom. Okay, and then take it as two separate problems altogether. All right, so why don't you tell me what's the square root of 16? So what's the square root of 16? If you're not sure, just let me know. Four. That's right. Okay, absolutely right. All right, so the answer here is 4 for the square root of 16. How about the square root of 49? Again, if you're not sure, I can show you the basics behind that about how to think through a square root. So if you want me to show you that, I will. I don't have a problem doing that. But if you know, then that's fine too. We're just taking it one piece at a time. Yeah, that's right. 7. Correct. So 4 over 7 would be your final answer for that problem if you want to simplify it. So 4/7 is your answer there in that case. Now, you wrote 7 as in you may not be sure that the square root of 49 was 7. Let's talk about the basics here for square roots so that way you can get the calculations done faster. Remember how square roots work, okay? So let's say I had the square root of 36, for example, okay? Now, the mindset you want to kind of go into is, if I want to figure out what the square root of 36 is, then I basically have to answer a simple question here, okay? And I always ask this question myself. So even to this day, I ask this question myself. I said, okay. So I say, all right, what number, and I don't know what number it is, but some number to the second power, okay, because that's what square root represents. Some number to the second power is equal to 36. right? Some number to the second power is equal to 36. All right? And that's going to be the square root of 36. Okay? So then all I have to do is just answer, okay, well, what's that number there? So can you tell me what number to the second power is 36? Oh, thank you. Ah, that's okay. That's okay. That's what we're trying to fix here. We're trying to fix where you get confused, and I know that that's the part of the confusion there is like just knowing what you get for the square root, which I totally understand. Okay, so again, we're just trying to cover those basics there. I don't have a problem with that. So now can you tell me though, what squared is equal to 36? 6. That's correct. So the square root of 36 is equal to 6. Now, if it helps, now here's another place that it can help. If you're like saying, okay, I'm not super comfortable with the idea just yet, I feel like, you kind of put 6 with a question mark, you feel like you're still kind of guessing, and that's okay. All right. One thing that can be very helpful for you, and let me go ahead and bring this up here on the Googles, all right, is a squares. Okay. Okay, so what I'm going to bring up here is a squares table. Okay, so here's a squares table up to 20. Okay, so if you take a look here, right, 6 to the second power, 6 squared, all right, would be equal to 36. So here's how you'd figure out a square root. You'd say, okay, the square root, you're basically working backwards. You're saying, all right, what's the square root of 36? All right, it's 6 because 6 to the second power is 36. Same thing with 49. You say, all right, what's the square root of 49? All right, well, what number squared is equal to 49? All right, it's 7. Okay, so if you get to know and memorize the square tables here, this will help you immensely with square roots. And you can even apply this to cube roots once you get a little bit more advanced. But at least for now, if you go up to like 20, 20 is the most common that you see in textbooks, is that if you get to know this table here a little bit better, you then can easily just figure out perfect square roots like there's no tomorrow. Let me try one on you here, and then use this table here. Okay, so let's use this table that you see here. All right, and then I want you to tell me what that answer is going to be. All right, so I'll bring up the little paint tool here for this one, so it's a bit easier to see here. Not a bit easier to see, but again, you can use the table here on the screen, so that should make it easy. All right, okay. Go away. All right. So what happens if I have the square root? Let's go with the square root of 169. Okay, so let's go with the square root of 169. So take a look at the table there, and can you tell me what the square root of 169 is going to be? Yeah, that's right. Very good. Nice. Nice job, man. 13, spot on. All right. Good stuff. I like that. There you go. Okay. 13 is absolutely correct, right? You saw 169. You saw that 13 squared is 169. Okay. All right. Good stuff. All right. Let's let's take it a step further. Let's take it a step further. All right. So now let's try another one here. Okay. So that's cool. Let's do this. Okay. So let's try this. Okay. So now let's put a bigger square root here. Let's try yeah, no problem. That's what we're here to do, okay? We're here to get used to this, all right? So we got the square root of 25 over 144, okay? So the square root of 25 over 144, all right? Now, using what we know now, what would this be equal to? Yes! All right. Nice. That is correct. All right. 5 over 12. Spot on, my dude. Yes. That is absolutely spot on. All right. Nice. Now you get it. You split that up into two things and you got 5 over 12. Okay. Would you like to try another one? All right, let's you know what? Let's try another one. Okay. No problem. All right, let's try another one, but this time, okay, this time let's crank up the difficulty a little bit. Okay? This time without the table here. All right? Let's see if you can get this, okay? You know, just a little bit of a challenge. Okay? A little bit of a challenge. All right, so let's do this. So let's try which one here? Okay. Okay. Oh, you have to run to econ? You have more questions? Okay. Come on back anytime, okay? Do you have more questions? I appreciate you very much, though. Thank you. Hey, no problem. Like I said, come on back anytime. Same with this, 64 over 25. If you guessed 8 over 5, that would be correct for that. So once you get kind of used to that. Great. Whenever I'm online, come on back, and if you have a question when I'm not doing the lecture there, hey, I'll be happy to answer for you, okay? I'm here to help, all right? All right, does anybody else have any more questions for me? You'll feel free to ask me questions if you like. Thank you, One Boosty. Hey, you have a great rest of your day as well, okay? Have a nice time to chill and relax, alright? No problem. That's all I ask, just having a nice time. Alright, if there are no more questions here, I'm gonna head out here. I'll be back later on this afternoon to go over some college algebra. Alright, everybody, have yourself a great day, and we'll see you then if you decide to join the stream. Alright, have a great one, everyone. We'll see you later. Alright, bye.